My name's GuyKes. I've been a professional biking kit tester for over 25 years. And today, I'm up on Ilkley Moor because it's the birthplace of this beauty. Hope's brand new HB916 high pivot Enduro Slayer. But before we start riding that, can I just say one thing? Noticed in the stats recently that literally half the people watching my videos aren't subscribers. So having you as a subscriber makes a massive difference. So if you just take literally a couple of seconds to get down the bottom of this screen, press the subscribe button, I'd be massively grateful. Right, now on with the Hope Show. So just to clarify, because Ryan's pulled me up on this straight away, when I mean born here, I mean that Woody and Dan, who are the main test riders for Hope, and you know, Woody's been a world Enduro champion as well as trials champion. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. This is where most of the testing was done on this bike, but obviously he actually made just over the hill in Barley on the Lancashire border, and I mean totally made there. Carbon layup, everything, CNC machining for the back end, pretty much all the components besides the gears, all made in-house. Oh, sorry about that. Are we okay? Thanks very much. Thank you. Hello. Thanks very much. Sorry to give you a fright. And, you know, there's a full factory tour which I'll link in here, but hopefully when I drop the bike off, I can do a bit of a pop in to show you where this frame made. But aside from that excellent local origin story, we want to know how it rides. And the first question you probably got, as it's a Hope and the previous bikes slightly outdated in terms of geometry, is what are the numbers on this? And I can tell you it is properly modern. Head tube between 63.2 and 64, depending on where you have the headset set up. And this is the H2, so second smallest of the four sizes, and still getting a reach of 470mm. And then seat tube is 78 degrees or thereabouts, differing slightly from size to size. Thank you very much. Cheers. So you've got properly progressive numbers. BB around 442, back end 440. Again, that's the same as all sizes, it's not a proportional rear. And I can tell you, it feels super settled and stable on these slippery, frosty single track on the moor. Even with just Max Terra tyres on, it feels super planted and confident. Never have I asked to fail more than doing this a second time after cleaning it. But the thing with high pivot is it, to a lesser or greater degree, decouples that rear wheel. Oh no! Third time. First success, second fail. Right, so the idea behind high pivot is that it decouples the pedalling from the suspension. Just so there's none of the normal, well, there's some, but not, oh, clips tree. But less of the pedal kickback you get on a conventional suspension system. And to be fair, it's not as pronounced on this HB. Something like a Forbidden, which has a higher pivot, but still very noticeable on steppy climbs like that. Whew. Even with hefty wheels on, this thing claws its way up. And while that pivot position obviously helps with climbing, that's not what most people getting a 170mm fork, 160 rear bike are going to be concerned about. They want to know how it descends, and the answer is really, really well balanced, because they haven't gone massively high on the pivot. It actually feels really well synced with that 170mm front fork. I had the Forbidden Druid for a while, and it was really hard to get the front and rear feeling similar. But on this bike, because you've got more feedback through the rear end, it's not completely erasing the trail. You feel more involved, more like you can really push the bike, you know what's going on. But it's definitely noticeably taking the harder edges on this frozen ground, things that would normally stop and stall you, just flowing through them much faster, easier and smoother, just easier to ride, easier to keep speed up on. And that's the whole remit with this HB, is it's designed to be a bike that looks after you deep into an all-day enduro stage race or a big day at the play park or in the Alps. And I'm really feeling that today, because having everything frozen hard obviously means more chatter, more battering as well. But oh yes, so controlled down there. And as well as that claw up and over response from the rear end, that steep seat angle gives you a really poised pedaling position in the saddle for the steepest stuff too. So you can keep those Hope cranks turning, then this bike is definitely going to get up there. And in terms of other features, you've got that butty box, internal storage, you've got frame armour, you've got chainstay armour, you've got those beautiful machined pivot heads, which include a little 30% sag indicator on there as well. You've got oversized BB, and while the warranty isn't kind of a Santa Cruz, you know, no questions asked, lifetime warranty, you know, you do get lifetime warranty on any frame and manufacturing defects. And you know, being Hope and their reputation, when I asked him about it, it's like, oh, don't worry, you know, we'll do right by people. You know, you can buy with confidence from Hope, that's for sure. And I've touched on the fact you get full Hope kit, but the great thing is it's actually really good kit now. The cranks are solid now, and the brakes, especially these big V4s, the most powerful ones in the range with the new Tech 4 lever, absolutely outstanding stoppers now. So much feel, so much power, and you've got a choice of Ohlins or Fox factory shocks. So you're getting 38 RFX up front, then TTX air on the rear, but because you've got 26% aggression in this back end, you can actually run a coil shock if you want. And then you've got a choice of Hope wheels. This is running the 30 SC, so the single cavity, or you can have the 30 or the super wide 35. The one thing I would say, oh hang on, down here I think, can't we, is that they are heavy, all the Hope wheels. I mean, very strong, very bomb proof, pretty smooth, but very heavy. And together with the Ohlins shocks and that slight flex in the back end of the bike, the feel is pretty docile and steady. It's not an edgy, racy feel by any stretch. And because it goads you into trying to climb everything, and there's a little bit of, you know, that softness in the rear end, and there is noticeable drag from that idler wheel, even though, you know, it's a big old CNC machine pulley. Yeah, you can feel a little bit of drag from it when pedaling, and those heavy wheels means, you know, it does burn through energy quite quickly if you're not careful. And you know, super slack head angle can be a bit of a handful on steeper climbs. But then when it comes to what this bike is designed to do, which is go flat out on long extended mixed surface descents with a ton of rattle and jank on them, well, that's when that extra calmness, smoothness and damping really makes itself known as a positive. So while it's not the peppiest through the pedals and you've got a short power section, its ability to take big ditches, drops, rocks, everything like that, totally happening again in its stride without breaking step. Well, that's where this HB916 really shows its beautiful anodized colours. And speaking of which, you can pick them so they all match, or you can go full multicoloured Joseph and the Technicolor Hope if you want. And as well as this naked carbon finish, there's a spectacular chameleon multicoloured finish, or a kind of inverted Guinness black and white neutral. So there's loads of ways to make this bike really distinctive in how it looks, and with all the tuning of the suspension and the geometry, how it performs as well. And you know, there are bits of the buying experience that uniquely Hope as well. The fact that you can arrange to visit the factory and actually pick your bike up in person from the people who put it together, I think is a wonderful aspect to the package they're offering. And with complete bikes starting at around $6.5 grand for all this handmade componentry and handmade frame, it's really good value as well when you see the craftsmanship that goes into it. and proper pride as well. You know, it's not some big faceless corporation. It really is properly hand built, like I say, just over the hill from here in Lancashire. Such a distinctive, delicious bike, such a distinctive bike, and when you let it roll and do its thing, super controlled, calm, collected and confident. Down here or?
Yeah.
And while those New Hope brakes are brilliant, the more you let it roll and let that high pivot do its thing, the better this bike and that suspension feel. And the steeper and gnarlier it gets, the more that geometry is really on your side in terms of stability, confidence, and just the ability to carry speed and be braver on properly technical descents. Oh yeah. Yes, Hope. I'm making a pig's ear of the lines, to be honest, but super forgiving in what it lets you ride. Ah, thanks for that one, Hope. It's definitely all about you, not me. So there we go. That's the live ride on this Hope HB916 done. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. To be honest, I'm buffering a little bit today. It's been a hard week already, but this bike has made it, the more I've ridden it, the more technical the descents again, especially that last one, which I normally really struggle on. This just made it so easy. It just felt so calm, so collected. Just, yeah, it was just completely in control of the situation, which is not normally me down there at all. That mid-high pivot, the geometry, things like the brakes being so good now, and just the damped, calm feel of the frame and the Ohlins suspension really stood out the faster and jankier things got. So, obviously, Hope of bang on hitting that brief. It might not be the liveliest or the lightest or the most dynamic riding bike you could pick, but then there's that whole backstory about it being hand-built, just like I say, just over the hill in Lancashire, and just the amount of detail in this bike is just stunning. I mean, obviously, I'm going to do a quick tech talk around now before my fingers completely freeze. So make sure you watch that. But for now, massive thanks to Hope for the extended loan on the 916. Thanks to Giro Cycling. Thanks to Crud Fenders. Thanks to Petey's Products as well for sponsoring the channel long term. But as well as that, make sure you subscribe, click for notifications, give it a thumbs up, like if you've enjoyed it. And if you really like what I'm doing on the channel, then please consider joining me on Patreon, where for a small monthly subscription, you get exclusive early and extended edits, and you get them ad-free as well, and you get kind of a better level of like, you know, question response, that kind of thing. I really try and help you out using my 25 years of experience of testing. So if you could sign up for that, that'd be splendid, because it really does make a difference. Oh, a massive thanks to the guys and girls of Ilkley MTB who help keep these fantastic trails open and, you know, advocate for more of them. But for now, I've been GuyKes on GuyKes TV, live ride reviewing the beautiful, absolutely bomb-proof confident Hope HB916.